My name is Jeremy. I am 61 years old and I am gay. I have always been gay from the moment I was born because, as you know, gay doesn't simply mean wanting to have sex with members of one's own sex. It means a different orientation to the world. Not that all gay people have the same orientation, but we are all identifiably different in some way from the straight world. We are queer. And as uncomfortable as that makes us, it makes the straight world just as uncomfortable, and sometimes they punish us in return. When I was 7, I was sent to camp for the summer. I was in the youngest group of the camp. I guess that's why we had both a female and a male counselor. I don't know how old the counselors were, probably college age. I was a fat boy with glasses who liked books more than sports, and I got along with the female counselor a whole lot better than the male one. I guess that made me a sissy in the male counselor's eyes. And one day he decided he needed to toughen me up. When no one else was around, he threw me with my clothes on into a cold shower. Not so terrible. But for a 7-year-old boy, this kind of humiliation at the hands of someone almost 3 times his age was terrifying, especially because I felt helpless. Remember, no one else was around. But I think I surprised him because this sissy didn't let him get away with it. And I screamed for help. In time, the rest of my group and the female counselor came to my aid and treated the bully to a cold shower in his clothes in return. I was incredibly lucky to learn that at such moments, there are people to turn to who will help. But that did not keep me from being afraid. And fear attracts danger. Sissies attract bullies. They like beating up on us because it makes them bigger bullies. And as I grew older, the choices I made continued to accentuate my difference. I didn't compete for grades. I didn't want to succeed as much as I wanted to express. I didn't want to go to the head of the class as much as I wanted to be inside my head. Post-puberty, the word sissy became faggot. But whatever the label, I was scared I would be beat up. I was scared that derision would scar me. Scar is in the word scared. And it did. I heard fag when I would go on my daily jog. Why? What was faggy about my running? Well, what was it about the way I ran? I didn't know. How could these bullies know I wanted to love other men rather than a woman? I remember walking down a public mall to my job to the jeers of faggot every day of the week, to the point where I almost couldn't stand it. But I had no choice. There was no other way for me to get from point A to point B, and I had to get there. I still have to. I came out in 1969, 41 years ago. And every day of my life, I move forward, still carrying with me the old fears of my childhood. I am still a sissy, a faggot. And as I see the reports of queer youth being exposed to the same kind of hatred, bullying that I was exposed to once upon a time, I am outraged. We are way beyond the time when such ugliness should be tolerated. In Leviticus, we are instructed, when a stranger resides with you in your land, you shall not wrong him. The stranger who resides with you shall be to you as one of your citizens. You shall love him as yourself, for you were strangers in the land of Egypt. And we are strangers in a straight world. That does not make us sinners. Nowhere does the Bible condemn the love of one man for another, one woman for another. Homosexuality is not a sin. Judaism says that above all, it is life that must be preserved. Beyond the worship of God or the preservation of Shabbat, life comes first. And love is what makes life possible in a world where bullies still intimidate, threaten, kill, and lead others to take their own life. Whenever we feel that the bullies and their hatred of us are more powerful than we are, or the love that we carry in our hearts, we must reach out for help, as I learned to do those many years ago in summer camp. Reach out to us at CBST, www.cbst.org. www.cbst.org, or the Lesbian, Gay, Bisexual, Transgender, and Community Center, www.gaycenter.org, or the Anti-Violence Project, www.avp.org. These are only some of the resources waiting to help you through difficult times. You are not alone.